Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to be putting up this Ozark Trail one-person backpacking tent. Plan on going to the Southern Outdoors 4th Annual Rendezvous. It used to be called the Bushcraft Rendezvous. Now it's just the Outdoor Rendezvous up in Morton, Mississippi in 2 weeks. We're looking at putting a one-man tent up. My buddy has let me borrow this tent, so it's a little bit smaller to pack for the trip. Well, I've seen reviews online and YouTube where this tent is, it says weather resistant. Well, just about everybody says it is not very weather resistant and it leaks, so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up. I'm going to throw some weatherproofing on it. And I'm also going to make a rain fly out of a Harbor Freight tarp. It's not going to be anything fancy. You know, I'm not going to get fancy with this $25 tent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put it together and y'all can watch along. Alright, got the tent set up in a little less than 8 minutes. We can use no instructions. It's pretty self-explanatory. You got one long pole, goes through your 2 slots, ties in down there, stretch it out. Got a little U-shaped pole set up, clamps on, stretches out. It also has your bit of ventilation. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to measure it out and see what size tarp I need to get to be able to make me a rain fly for this. Going to be trying out this Scotchgaurd heavy duty water shield. Give it a coat, let it dry out here in the sun. Good sunny day today. Gives me time to go buy a tarp, and when I come back we'll start working on the tarp. Rain fly. Okay, as you can see, I am 6'1", and this tent is 8 foot long, and I have plenty of room lengthwise to actually stretch out in it. So I could have my sleeping pad in here, my gear in here. Should be no problem. Now let's work on that rain fly. Okay, so here I'm at my buddy Wes's house from Red Hammer Outdoors, and we have gotten a cheap 9x11 tarp from Harbor Freight, camouflage. Costs about a little less than $10. What we're going to do is make some grommets for it, customize the grommets. We're going to make a rain fly where it's going to give us overlap on the front and the back, and we'll let y'all watch along. Okay, here's how we do this. We take heavy duty duct tape, put it on both sides of your tarp. Okay, then you have the punching tool. You set it where you want to. Hit it with a hammer. What that does is it pops a hole in the tarp and your tape. Okay, now you have a backing plate and a bottom plate for your grommet. There's your backing plate, grommet. Go through the hole. And you take your top plate, it says round side up, set it on there, set your striking tool, hit it with a hammer, and there you go. just to give you a little look at our progress, what we did is we put a grommet there on the corner, put this here on the front, so it's going to give us a little bit of a windbreak. Gives a little bit of a vestibule type area where we can actually leave our screen. And what we're going to do is put another grommet here where we can take our guy line, run it through, put a toggle in, and actually keep it taut. Come back to the back. New grommet set up there. Come to the back. New grommet set up here to be able to pull down and catch with that guy line there. And this corner right here, we're going to cut this side along the line there so we actually get more ventilation. So what Wes is doing here is the tarp is a rectangle and the actual tent is more like a cone shape where it's larger on the head side and smaller at the foot side. So what we're doing is actually cutting the excess off. We take to where we want it to go to strengthen the edge of it, and what we're doing is just going to cut the excess off, and then we'll probably add another grommet here, there, and go from there. After about an hour or so, cutting, adding new grommets and some reinforcements, come up with this. It's tapered on top and bottom, fit the floor pan. Had a tie out point here. Top line hitch, tie into one of those tie outs there. So I think it's going to work out pretty well for being about a $10 investment on it, maybe $13 if you include the grommet kit. I think it's going to work quite well for what we need it to do. Still gives us ventilation in the back. Got a little bit of vestibule area in the front for more ventilation. Overall, I think it's going to do pretty well. We're going to try it out here in a couple of days. Hopefully we won't have to use it with the rain, but you never know. Right now it's calling for good weather. And but we'll see. Let you take a look at my buddy, his other one-man tent. This is the Van Gogh Blade 100. It's a one pole setup, a very nice one person tent. They're not cheap by any means, but it is a very good quality tent. We used it a couple times. Well, he's used it a couple times, I should say. It's got a nice vestibule area here. You can put your gear in. You got your main tent right here. Not as much room as the Ozark Trail, but this is more of a true backpacker's tent, I guess you'd say. More reliable, but you're spending a lot more money on that tent versus this tent. Right now we've got $25 in the tent, maybe about $12 into the tarp rainfly setup. So you're looking at, you know, $35, maybe $40 the most after taxes and everything. But if you're just going to use need a backpacking tent, one person tent occasionally, this is an option you can do. If you're going to use something very regularly, get your money, a lot of money's worth out of this one, I believe. You go with the Van Gogh Blade 100. Nothing wrong with either tent. But like I say, you get what you pay for. With a little modifications, a little time, a little sweat equity, you can make this $25 tent work fairly well for what you need. I appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see y'all next time.